Burger.
And a regional burger on its own.
What do you want?
I just want a supercharged slider.
And a supercharged slider, please.
Supercharged slider.
What do you
Anything
want?
else?
You can't put that in.
Welcome back to this week on the channel. A little bit different this week. We're just going to show you guys a few rust repairs we've done and carried out on Harry's VL. As you can see now, it is an epoxy. So we've done all our metal work, all our rust fabrication work. We have now sealed the car into an epoxy primer, which will this and then allow us to rub it back, block it back, and do our filler work. Once we've done our filler work, then we can apply a hard build primer to it. Once we've applied the hard build primer, then we can go ahead and start blocking it down and getting it ready for paint. So from last time we've seen you, we've done the rust fabrication. We've done the bodywork on both sides, so left and right hand side of the car. That's all done. We've paint stripped the bonnet, we've paint stripped the boot. We've just got left now, we haven't done it as of yet, is if you come here, we have the sunroof in. We've got this bezel here, right? We want to bare metal the roof. If you can get that on camera, you see those little, they almost look like solvent pop. See those little dots? Can you get it?
Maybe. Yeah.
So those dots, it's the tops of the car have been painted before and it's some stuff on the side. So that's material failing under there, and if I sand that back and go on top of it, it's gonna come back through the top paint, top surface that we apply. So we have to take this back to bare metal. Another thing is we've got this bezel here. So if we left that on right and we bare metal the roof, by the time we put our epoxy, our primer, our filler, paint and clear, this edge here is almost gonna be flush with it, right? It's gonna look like shit. Not the way to do it, and it'll look crusty and stuff. So we've got the sunroof now off, the glass. We've got all these little pot rivets, as you see along here. We've got to drill them out, and this bezel will come out. We'll bare metal the roof, and then we'll just blend the epoxy into these areas here, which are epoxied now. And then this one can be off. Then we could, put it in epoxy, do our filler work, apply our primer, block it back, and paint it. So this car, next week, we'll start priming it and getting it ready for paint. So this will be next week's task. I'll show you what we've done here. So we've put a brand new rare spares rust section here at the back. So this is from that line to the other line on the other side. I did that. Then Damien finished off the job. He went around the window aperture and there was a couple of little holes that he fixed up and welded up on them. And then I believe so, Damien's put a section in from here to here. He's done a whole new section. So this is our in-house made fabrication sections that we actually make. You would have seen them on a previous channel. We do sell these to the public, so you can buy these off us. Hit us up and let us know what section you need, or if you need the whole perimeter of the boot rubber, and we can give you a price on that. We've also put a whole new piece along here while we had that off, so we've cleaned all that up. That's all been painted and sealed off. I'll drop down some videos below of me doing the back panel bit, and then that lower bit that Damien did. We have trial fitted the panel. We have now taken it off. Drill some holes through it so we can get ready for plug welding. So as you can see, those little black dots, that's where I've got to put my drill holes so I can plug weld it. I've put it on there, I've lined it up with a boot. As you can see, I've done some markings there, and there as well, and some on the car. So when I put the panel back on, I know exactly where it needs to go, where I had it lined up, and then I can clamp it, and then I can start my plug weld. So the next clip will show you us putting it back on. Alrighty, now we have this tacked in place. I've taken the boot off. So I left the boot on there while I tacked it in place, just so I can make sure the alignment was correct. Now I've taken the boot off so we can get around it and weld it properly. So stay tuned and watch me get it all welded in. in. As you can see, nicely, nice plug welds, sorry. So it's all been welded back in the factory spots. Grind that up and now lineage it. And yeah, we'll be on the way. Not bad for a painter, not bad. All lineage back now, ready for some filler. Then we'll take you around to the front of the car. So, Damien put a piece in from about there to there. It was rusted along there. And then there was another section about that big on the other side that we've also done. I'll drop some videos of that also below. So that's all now done. The top and the sides of the aperture of the window aperture on the front windscreen weren't that bad. We cleaned them up and got them back into bare metal, and they were actually really, really good. So we didn't have to cut any sections out or do anything there, which has saved a lot of time. So yeah, that's all done now. We also, if you see back here, there's some epoxy down here. So when Damien was doing his repairs over here, I believe, what was going on here, Damien? Was it fire damage?
There was fire damage.
Yeah, so there was some previous fire damage here, whether it's been in an accident or the exhaust or what had some fireys going on here. So it actually started to rust the metal, so we cleaned all that up, metal conditioned the surface, and then we've put some epoxy there. Pretty much now, when we prime the car, we'll buzz the whole back panel back, we'll buzz all this back, put filler where we need to put filler, like I said, and then we'll prime the whole back panel as well at the same time. So I reckon, I did say this last time, but this car will be painted in the next 2 weeks, 110%. So next week our aim is to get the roof in bare metal, do our filler work on the front, on the roof, around the windows, boot and bonnet, and then the sides are done. We've just got to go around, do the edges and give it another scuff. So yeah, our primer sticks to the surface. And then that will happen early next week. We do have a short week next week. I'm sure by the end of next week, if not, I'll come in next Saturday and I'll start prepping this car, start blocking it back, get it ready for paint. The following week we'll paint it. Once it's painted, it'll go up into the assembly area. It'll get assembled. While it's getting assembled and polished, the boys will be working on getting the bars done. So door frames will get done, and then all the bars will get done. So obviously VL Calais, Series 2, Series 1, they all got a two-tone. Most of them from factory, some were optioned single tone. This one was factory optioned with a two-tone champagne lower. So that's the rush fabrication on that. We have been busy with other cars. You can probably see in the background. I'm not going to get into it too much. We've got heaps to update you on. We have been super busy from doing wheels, from doing MGs. VHSLE's done. You might have seen it in the background there. Damien's just putting the door trim on. This car will be going tomorrow. I'm not going to release it to you. I'm not going to show you the car. You're going to have to wait for another fortnight to see it because I think it deserves its own little video for that. So we'll show you that on another episode. We've done that. We've done a respray on this Mercedes here. We'll show you that on another episode. So that's all painted. That just needs polishing and fit up done on that, and that's finished. Everything's painted for that. The VL HQ, we haven't done too much as of yet on that. We'll get cranking back on that next week. The GT, we have taken the car cover off that. Very exciting. We've got another car behind us. Not going to show you it. We've painted the chassis on the HZ, so that's now all painted. You would have seen on Jake's almost finished on that, so we'll get that back next week. I'll be going to Jake's next week to spend the day there to wrap the coat underneath and get this thing happening. So we'll have that back next week as well. We've painted the chassis, we've painted the exhaust, the fuel tank. That's all ready to rock and roll. So that's all been done in the satin black. We've done blackout packages. We've been really busy. I think we've got about 8 cars down the driveway and at the front, a storage area. So, and then there's another probably 10 in here. So it's been busy, but we've been cooking with gas, getting it done. So thanks for your patience, and we'll see you next time.